All right. What's going on, Lead Gen Beast? Matty Ice here, Leads for Locals. I want to do a quick video breaking down my content marketing strategy and what's working for me right now. I think content marketing is just so powerful. It's so important for, I think every business should have some type of content, like long-term content marketing strategy in place. You know, paid advertising, Facebook ads, Google ads, things like that. That's all good. You need to be doing that stuff, right? But we need a long-term lead generation system as well that's going to passively generate leads for us after we create the content. That's one of the benefits of content marketing, depending on what kind you're doing. There's a lot of different things that you can do. You know, just posting on social media, doing long-form content like blog posts and articles. I think you should be doing both, which is what I'm going to show you here. I do both. But my point is, like, content marketing is just such a powerful way long-term to generate, just grow your business. And but I think the most important thing, really quick, before I share my screen and we get into my content marketing stuff here, is you have to stay consistent. It's really easy to get discouraged in the beginning when you start content marketing because you're not getting a lot of impressions or views, you're not getting a lot of engagement on it. You have to stay consistent though, because you never know when that one piece of content you create is going to go viral and get tons of engagement and really blow your channel up, or like really grow your social media platform, bring in a lot of leads, etc. Like, you're eventually going to create those pieces of content that's going to take your business to the next level. It's really, really powerful. It's just really important to stay consistent with it. And I'm going to show you my numbers here on my LinkedIn platform. We'll look at a couple of other ones as well, where there's some posts that didn't really do anything. That's okay. That's not the point. We're not trying to go viral with every single piece of content that we create. We're just trying to provide value to our audience. All right. And that's what I think about when I'm creating content. And actually the core of my content marketing strategy is just providing value, sharing my expertise, sharing my journey with people. A lot of the times I create educational content. Sometimes it's controversial, a little bit controversial content as well. Really gets people stirred up a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy with that. You'll see an example here in a second. But maybe your personality too is you like more entertainment. You're really good at graphic design. I don't know, whatever. Figure out what kind of content your audience resonates with. But for me, I've focused primarily on creating those teachable moments and just sharing my expertise and the things that I've learned and the things that I'm doing in my life. That tends to make really, really good content. So let me share my screen here. I want to show you some examples. There we go. All right. I want to show a recent post I did on LinkedIn. And here's the thing, guys. While you should probably be on most platforms, not every platform is going to be right for your business. It just depends on what business you're in and where your audience is. So you need to figure that out. It just happens to be that I'm growing my infinite banking business, and LinkedIn is a really good platform for finding my ideal prospects. Okay, so I'm creating content on LinkedIn. Now I want to show you here just the power of consistency when it comes to content marketing. As I just did this post about 3 hours ago, and it's a little bit more controversial. Again, I'm not saying that we're not trying to piss people off here, but just pushing back a little bit on the narrative within your business, within your industry. And that's kind of what I did right here. This was I shared an article. Again, that's another thing to think about when, if you're struggling to come up with types of what kind of content should I create. Share what you're experiencing throughout your day within your business. And this was one of those things here. It doesn't always have to be like this really long blog post, creating these teachable moments. It could just be, stuff that hey, this is something that I ran into, and I think it's important for you guys to see it. Stuff like that, right? And that's what this was. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine on Facebook. We were going back and forth on a piece of content that I created. I'll show it to you in a minute. And so we were getting, having a good, productive conversation. It's getting good engagement. And he shared this link with me. It was a really sad story about this lady's life insurance policy just kind of lapsing and blowing up in her face later on. It was really, really sad. And it's one of the things I push back on hard in my infinite banking business. So these universal life policies, index universal life, I'm not a fan of them at all. This is why. And so I shared this. I put my hashtags in, which you always want to do. Figure out what hashtags make sense for your type of content. And I just wrote a couple of sentences here, just giving my 2 cents, my thoughts on what I was sharing. and that's it. And then I shared it. And the good thing about sharing links is that it produces a thumbnail on most social media platforms, and they can click it and go right to the article. Okay, but you saw though that this post, how many? Let's see, I'm at 582 impressions. I'd say that's pretty good for business. I mean, especially compared to some of my other ones here that haven't had as many impressions, but that's not the point. Like, consistency is the key. Providing value, create those teachable moments, entertain people, have fun, share your journey, share what you're experiencing in your business on a day-to-day basis. And eventually you're going to create that content that starts to go viral. So you can see it. Let me go to the last 28 days. Just make them look a little more impressive. But either way, it doesn't matter. Like, you can see, like, some of these just, hasn't gotten as much or haven't had as many impressions as the other one. But, here's one. I got 2 likes, 1 comment. This stuff is just going to build up over time, guys. And that's why it's so important to stay consistent. This one's got 125 impressions. And here's the thing. This is what I was alluding to earlier, is this content is working for me when I'm not. Right? Every piece of content you create is almost like a mini salesperson for your business. Like, so how many salespeople do you want working for your business that you don't have to pay? You don't have to, worry about them calling in sick or whatnot. They're just going to be there selling your business, right? So, I got 7 comments on here, which is the next part of this, is the engagement that you can get on these things. Now, I haven't generated any like actual leads for my business so far, but I've generated potential strategic partnerships, which can be really powerful. Referral partners, strategic partnerships, content partners, other people in your industry. Like, you never know what growth that piece of content is going to bring for your business. So actually, like, anybody that comments or likes or reacts to any of my posts, I connect with them on that platform. So you can see who reacts to your posts and obviously who comments, and you want to go back and forth. You always want to respond to your comments, guys. Even if it's negative, you want a productive conversation happening in the comment section if you can. Not to mention, it's really good for engagement. Platforms like LinkedIn, these social media platforms, they like to see engagement. And when they see engagement on the post, they're much more likely to continue pushing that out to a similar audience. That's what can make it go more viral. And so this is an opportunity to connect with potential leads, clients, customers, strategic partners, referral partners, etc., on these posts when they react or they comment. So I've actually watched this gentleman's YouTube videos before. So I sent him a connection request with a note, a message saying, hey, thanks for commenting on my post. Really appreciate it. I actually watched one of your YouTube videos a while back about IUL, etc. Would be very happy and open to collaborate if that's something you're interested in. If you want to hop on, do an interview on YouTube, like, and so now we're going to be able to create content together, which is going to grow more of our, like our YouTube channel. That can potentially generate more leads, and who knows where that partnership's going to go, where that's going to go as far as our growing our business. I have an interview set up with another gentleman that I connected with on LinkedIn for next Thursday, the time of this recording, on my channel. So now we're creating content together, right? So you never know what opportunity is going to present itself with this content. All right. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the different forms of content to create. So you can see here, this is just me sharing a link, and then I wrote a couple of sentences. I could do this on my phone if I wanted to. It's not like long form blog post, article style content, which you want to be doing both, ideally. At least that's what I'm doing. All right, so this was a really quick post, and I just put my 2 cents in it. I just shared my thoughts about it. But other content that I'm creating too is long form, like blog post style content. I just do it right on LinkedIn. You could do it, I'm a big fan of GoHighLevel. I just did a training on how to start a blog on GoHighLevel. You can check it out in the description. But this other one that I want to show you, this one that's got the 125 impressions so far, this was an actual article. So I'm gonna get to. I don't want to skip ahead yet, but let me break this down first, and I want to show you how to turn your long form content into shorter content that you can blast across all of your channels, which you definitely want to do. But I really like creating long form content. It just gives you the opportunity to share a lot more of your expertise, go into a lot more depth about the topic that you want to discuss. And so, we've got images here that we can put to, like, I really like LinkedIn's article feature. I think it's pretty cool. You can put links in here. Obviously, you want to be linking out to other social media platforms, landing pages, order forms, appointment calendars, things like that. All right. And, we don't want this to be too long, but, long form content. I'm going into detail about this specific topic. I got my website at the bottom. And look, as this gets traffic, that's getting exposure to those links to my brand in general. That's eventually going to can generate leads for my business. And imagine the quality of the lead it generates too. If someone consumes a lot of your content before they become a lead, by the time they do become a lead, they're pretty serious at that point. Like they've gone through a lot of your stuff. They spent a lot of time with your brand. That is a much easier lead to close later on down the road versus like if you're cold calling it, stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons I love long form content. So you can create that. You can create this on LinkedIn. You can start your own blog. Doesn't really matter. Like I like writing articles on LinkedIn. And then what I do is I take the URL to that article and then I blast it to all of my social media platforms. So let me pull up my GoHighLevel account. I'll show you the social media planner. Again, I did an entire training on the social media planner as well. You can check that out. If you haven't tried GoHighLevel yet, guys, man, I really recommend it. Yeah, you kind of have to have it. It has so many awesome features. Gives us everything that we need to grow our business, including a social media planner to manage our social media platforms, content marketing. We can create a blog, create all these funnels and websites. So I'll have a 2-week free trial in the description if you want to go through that link. It is my affiliate link. It does help support the channel. If you find it helpful, I would appreciate it. All right. So let's pull up the social media planner here. So when I create these long form pieces of content, I want to that's an opportunity to share it on my Facebook business page, LinkedIn business page, Twitter, Instagram, whatever other platforms you're on. So I come in here. Let me grab the link really quick. All right, let's scroll down. No, I'm sorry, that's the post. Let's get the article here. All right, so I'm going to grab this article, and you can shorten this with like a bit.ly link. I think LinkedIn might actually be able to shorten it. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, you could because this is a pretty long URL. We don't really want to post that whole thing, so maybe you could put like a bit.ly link for it, or use ClickMagick or something like that. But anyways, we take that article, and once you have all your social media profiles connected to the planner here, which you just let's go back. All right, you just go to settings here, and you connect all of your social media platforms. All right, and we click on new posts, and now we can blast this out to all of our platforms all at once. It saves an incredible amount of time. I have to reconnect these, but I got my LinkedIn personal profile, business page, my Facebook group. You could do your Google My Business page, Twitter, X, whatever. And you can even customize the post for each channel as well. It's really, really cool. So you type in your post. All right, we paste in that URL. I mean, that's a pretty long URL, so we probably want to shorten that, like I said, but that's all right. And now if we come down here, we can either post it right now or schedule it later on down the road. So you can if you're the type of person that likes to knock out all of your content in a couple of days and then schedule it out so you don't have to worry about it the rest of the month, you can absolutely do that with this feature inside of GoHighLevel. It's awesome. So let's see. Anyways, I think that's it. I'll go ahead and wrap up with that. One other thing I do want to show you too is just, again, the impact of this of content over time, like just eventually posting content that goes viral and really captures people's attention. This is my brand new YouTube channel for this new business, Millennial Wealth Creator. It's infinite banking, whole life insurance, building wealth, private money lending, all that stuff. And I've only had it for about 2 months, but look at this. One of the more recent videos I did, which again, it was a little more controversial. So don't be afraid to push the envelope a little bit, and rustle, kind of stir the pot a little bit, right? Get people fired up. You're going to get some negative feedback, and that's fine. It is what it is. But this was a video I did debunking and addressing a lot of the crap that Dave Ramsey says about whole life. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Not a huge fan of Dave Ramsey. I do like some of the stuff he says. Some of the stuff he says, though, is just ridiculous. And so I did a video on that, breaking it down. Boy, did I catch some flack for it. I got some good feedback as well, and it's great. But I got a lot of people just hammering me in the comments here. But look at this, guys. 700 views, 30 comments. I got a ton of engagement here, likes, dislikes. And so like that's what happens when you're consistent with content. Is eventually some of it is going to go viral, and that's really going to help that particular platform. I've got another one that's doing really well. I mean, a lot of these are doing pretty good for a brand new channel. Like it takes time to get these things ranked and to get a lot of exposure, get a lot of impressions. But I've got another one here, 426 views, 3 comments, 26 likes. This one's generated, I think, I don't know, 11, 12 subscribers. It's generated leads for my business. Like if I go into, let's see, I'll go into opportunities because I don't want to show like the contact details. But if I go into in my infinite banking pipeline here inside of GoHighLevel, I've generated 33 leads, like people who have opted in for my free lead magnet to learn more about my product and service, about what I do, how I do it. I'll take it. And this is all from content here, guys. I don't really do a ton of direct outreach or cold calling or anything like that. I focus a lot on content creation. That's what I got here. So, and that's another thing is like in every piece of content you create, or at least on your social media profiles, you want to make sure you have a link for people to be able to get in touch with you. Let me show you what that looks like here really quick. If we go to my personal profile, you see that I've got my lead magnet in my bio here. And I mentioned that on my cover photo. Normally I'd have it too inside of like my headline or whatever, but anywhere you can put a website link, a description of yourself or your business, you want to put those links. Like I have mine in my about section. And so I've got one in my YouTube channel, my community, masterclass, etc. And this is a great way to have to generate leads passively with your content and to make sure that it's easy for people to take the next step to get more information from your business if they want. All right. So anyways, I'll go ahead and wrap up with that, guys. I hope that was helpful. Just showing you, breaking down my content strategy, what I'm doing right now, what's working. Hopefully that gave you a few ideas. I would love to hear your feedback. Drop some comments down below. What are you doing for content marketing? I'm always looking to learn from you guys as well. And appreciate any feedback. Any questions too, drop them in the comments. And I appreciate your time. Hope it was helpful. Hope you guys are crushing it. And I will talk to you in the next one. To your success, Matty Ice is out.